Hey guys, what's going on? We're back with some more Altergeist gameplay. Today I'll be showcasing you 3 duels again. This is my usual structure. Hope you guys enjoy. And I got some insane games, I feel. Well, one game is insane. The other games are, Altergeist being broken, It's very good. It feels really good to play as well. Even though it is a little bit slow. And which I do like because there's not much combos that you need. In this scenario, I just summoned Pukari to, not summon Pukari. I summoned a Marionetta to set a card, and then I go into Hextia, so I can get my Multi-Faker. This is generally the game plan of how to get Multi-Faker into your hand, which was very easy here because they just kaiju'd my Hextia, which was very, very good. And then he ashes my Hextia, pool, but I don't want that. I want my Multi-Faker. Multi-Faker is the best card in the stack. So I just Solemn Strike another Ash. I've been striking a lot of Ash recently. I get my Multi-Faker. This Multi-Faker can activate because of the Strike's effect. And I can summon it. Plus, probably Silk. And I activate Altergeist Protocol. This card is completely busted. This actually stopped this Forbidden Droplet. Like, I could activate its effect because of Protocol, which is absolutely insane. But it is negated now and half attack. So Silk allows me to return my Multi-Faker and protect it to hand and also return his card. He goes into Land River. He is a Neuron deck, I believe. But I go into Altergeist Manifestation. Manifestation will allow me to bring back Hestia. And this will be a Spell Trap card negate if I return. If I tribute this card, I believe. And because I know he's Numerons at this point, I definitely brought back the Hextia. So I tribute the Silk. So I can negate the Numeron network and he just scoop from here, boys. Easy. See? A lot of way to play this deck. And a lot of options. The next game goes a bit longer. But this deck has an insane late game and grind game, as you will see in the last game that I'll be showcasing you guys. So what's generally a good hand is a 1 monster plus a few traps. Pot a P for free again. I cool bite this because I feel like I need some cards. So I just cool bite it. What am I gonna get from this? I can't really remember. Protocol, Ash, and Fusion Destiny. I think I take Fusion Destiny. This card is basically mills 2 cards from the deck, which is pretty decent. He max D's it. But now I have a formidable board, and also I basically got rid of cards from my deck so I can draw better cards in the future. I set Personal Spoofing. This card is decent. This will allow me to get Multi-Faker on enemy turn. He goes for Shooter. I go for Maxi here. So he's definitely playing Swordsoul here. A good, decent draw. He goes into Monk. As soon as he summons Monk, I use DPE effect to get rid of this Monk, so I don't have to worry about the Shooter in the graveyard returning stuff to hand. But he's got more plays. He's Rose Dragon. I use Ash to... I don't know... I think that Ash is worth it. But I also use Personal Spoofing here because I want to go into Multi-Faker right now. Because he's gonna Synchro Summon very soon. Ash also doesn't work because I call by it last turn, as I forgot. I Multi-Faker into probably Silk, and yeah, that's good. And then he Barons the Fleurs me. I use my Silk effect to use up its Omni Negate because, just so you know guys, Baron de Fleur only has 1 Omni Negate. But it can destroy a card every turn. However, if you resummon Baron de Fleur, you have another Omni Negate. So unfortunately, it doesn't work, but I survived that turn, which is all that matters. As long as you survive the turn, you are Gucci. I get DPE back, and DPE can easily clear out the Baron de Fleur. I just pop it instantly. Don't want to worry about it at all. Also check if he has anything to deal with DPE. I go into Manifestation, and I go full combo back row, and just attack. Nothing special. As you can see, this deck is a grind deck, not a combo deck. It can be a combo deck on later turns where you try to OTK someone, but as you can see, it's just enough to clear out the board and win us the game. And here is the last game that I have of Altergeist. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying these videos. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me you know, what you want to see next and stuff like that, what decks you want to see, if you want to see more of this or anything. But yeah, this is the last game. I was against Sky Strikers, and I completely, spoilers alert, outgrinded this deck somehow. I just thought this deck was kind of memery. It didn't feel good when I first started playing it on stream. You can see me watching all of these combo videos on YouTube on stream, and it just did not hit me at all until I realized that this deck is not a combo deck. It's just, you know, there are some interactions that you need to remember, and after you remember those interactions, you can just make your own combos on the way to OTK or control the board or whatnot. This hand was complete garbage. I got 3 personal spoofings. That's why I fought right, but in the end it actually worked out so well, because these cards are not hard once per turn, but it is once per turn. But you can use each card once, which is amazing. So I just used personal spoofing once. I returned the Pukri to get another Pukri, I feel. This will allow me to summon Altergeist Multi-Faker. He chains Maxi onto it. But it's going to be a small one. And he changes targets to Silk, and I'll bounce it back to Multi-Faker. But this is, he imperms this, which means I can go into my spoofing, my second spoofing, to protect it, put it back in the deck. He ashes it, which is wasting resources basically, because, well, I mean, I don't recycle a card, but the Silk effect will still work, meaning I survive the turn. As you can see, I bounce back the Link Monster. I think I kept this card up for too long. This Mecha module multi-roll is so good. And he cool bites the grave my Maxi, which is very, very unfortunate. Summons a Ray. And it just whittles me down. I feel like these two decks does the same thing. Just kind of whittle away your opponent and control the board. And eventually you can OTK if you get the right card combination and also the right life points set. He goes into Kaguri, does loads of damage, gets engaged, and draws some cards. But as you can see, the personal spoofing in this matchup has been so clutch. It literally dodged literally everything and protect, and it's just really, really good. In this scenario, I think I just activate my third personal spoofing. So continuous spells don't work if you activate it already activated, if you get what I mean. So if I activate this card that was face up right already, it just won't proc the Multi-Faker. But activating a face down one will. So I use one Multi-Faker, one spoofing to get out the Multi-Faker, and then use the second one to protect it. And I'll go into Hextia here. And he called by the Graze my Pukari, which is Giga Sadness. But it is fine, because I still have my normal summon here. Melusic you can attack directly, and then after it attacks directly, you can, send a card to the graveyard. Amazing. And then he gets back his Ray, and I just attack a Hextia. This will lower his attack, which is unfortunate. So I just spoofed my guy away to get my Multi-Faker ready for the next turn and set my Lost Wind. This card keeps on giving him value, but eventually these cards will be banished, I believe. Lost Wind is really good in this deck actually, because it lets you to keep. It basically gives you 2. You can multi-faker twice, because once you activate first time and it comes back to the graveyard. You use Shark Cannon. I Lost Winded hit this guy, and he Shark Cannon my guy, which will bring it back to his side. But it's fine, it doesn't really do anything if you're not a Altergeist deck. And this time from the smoothing I get Concurry to hand, because I feel like he's gonna attack me pretty hard this turn, because he's got a Link 1 and a Link 2. He can link climb into Access Code Talker, so I definitely need to get a Concurry. But he just unicorns me. He discards a card and he targets Poofing. But I'm just gonna, return Silk and multi-faker to return this card. He Widow Archered his own unicorn, which I had to, double check. So I don't, accidentally negate things. So, yeah, perfect. So he negates his own unicorn. My spoofing stays on, which is actually technically bad because, well, I get double protection, but I need another way to summon my multi-faker, And you can see, this is, going on. This is grinding on. And this is what this deck does. Just attacks you with 500 attack, send card to the graveyard. I feel like I should have targeted the mecha module here, but I'd rather get rid of his other back rows cards, because they actually get banished. So, and he might have more copies of this. This is when he starts to pot a P. He's running out lower resources, which is actually crazy if you think about it. But as you can see, the little interactions with Silk, you just keep on bouncing back. He vortexes me, so I get Concurry. Why I get Concurry is, I feel like he's setting up for an OTK. So what I'm doing is getting ready to get my multi-faker out, and then have a Concurry in hand, because Concurry only activates if you have a Altergeist in the hand. I Lost Wind him first, lower his attack, because I don't need a pop Torrential Tribute here. Get my Faker out again, and also Malusik. He goes into Shizuku, stops his attack. I think he's getting a little bit bored because nothing's happening, guys. Nothing's happening. He's just running into a brick wall. And I thought I was in the back feet here, but I'm constantly getting resources here. Constantly getting resources. As you can see, I'm going to Altergeist Marionetta, recycling my multi-faker. Marionetta will activate to allow me to get my Silk back. Silk will allow me to, bounce some cards and start attacking him. He goes into his Ray again. This was me checking if I can go into multi-faker by activating this card's effect, but it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. And then I just Torrential Tribute his Ray. This will allow me to get multi-faker +1. And you can see this is an insane amount of advantage here. I'm just controlling the board so well, I don't need to go into anything in the extra deck, don't have to do anything special. It's just slowly dying of boredom and everything involved. He goes into Ray, into Shizuku again. He goes into battle here, but I use my Silk effect to bounce back my multi-faker. He tries to use this Widow Archer to negate it, but this time he actually gets it though, because this card is OP. But I use my Marionetta to get my second Silk back, and my multi-faker is back. Get my Malusik. Here he goes into Zeke. Yeah, Zeke. I protect my dude. Get another Marionetta back. He goes into Verde. This is when I'm like, probably should Torrential Tribute because he's going to go into DPE here. But I also want to protect my thing, so I go into Personal Sweeping first. And you can see, somehow I have 4 cards in my hand now. And he's got, you know, nothing. Freaking nothing. This deck's actually... Yeah, if this doesn't prove that this deck can be very good, then I don't know, man. It feels very, very good. It's a bit slow. It's for those people that like those heavy control decks. It's a bit slow, not very fast. No synchros. Can't be going fast, and it doesn't feel alive, but it feels very good. I'm just summoning Melusica and attacking with him, removing his cards, and now he's in the back foot. I finally realized that Mecha Module should be gone. But if this game goes on any longer, I can keep on grinding him out. I summon Konkuri. Use Personal Sweeping just to test it out one more time. Just to see if I can summon Multi-Faker, but it just doesn't work, so it's unfortunate. But I negate his attack and his effect. And now he's feeling bad. He is feeling really bad. He had to summon his Celestial, and he just scoops from there. This game lasted 30 minutes in-game, by the way. He must have felt really bad. But anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next video.